Discovered my girlfriend only went on a pity date with me because her friend pushed her. Now I'm questioning our entire relationship. I've been head over heels for my girlfriend since school days. She was a grade above me, and my crush was no secret. Literally everyone knew. If I was near her, people would tease me nonstop. It was impossible for her not to notice, but I never had the courage to ask her out. After school, we went our separate ways, and for years, we didn't even stay in touch. Fast forward to about 3.5 years ago. I ran into her at a friend's birthday party, and wow, she was even more stunning and confident than I remembered. Our mutual friends, who knew all about my crush, kept pushing me to talk to her. Heart racing, I finally worked up the nerve, and we had a great chat. We exchanged numbers and socials, and that alone felt like a dream come true. Nervously, I did a little digging to see if she was single. To my relief, I didn't find any signs of a boyfriend, so I took a leap and asked her to hang out. To my surprise, she said yes. One hangout turned into another, and soon we realized how much we had in common. Before I knew it, we were officially dating. She turned out to be everything I'd ever hoped for, and more. Now, 3 years in, we're talking about marriage. But here's where things get a little messy. Last weekend, we had her best friend and her husband over for dinner. After a few drinks, everyone but me was tipsy. Her BFF said something that caught me off guard. She turned to my girlfriend and said, "Can you believe you almost didn't give him a chance? You only agreed to go on a pity date with him after I convinced you, and now look at you, so happy and planning a future together." It was awkward, to say the least. Her husband quickly ushered her off to bed, but I could see my girlfriend was upset. Later, when we were alone, she admitted the story was true. She originally agreed to go out with me just to be nice and planned to let me down gently after a couple of dates. But as we spent more time together, she realized how much we clicked and wanted to keep seeing me. She was in tears, apologizing and begging me not to take her BFF's words to heart. I told her it was okay and hugged her, but I can't deny it stings a little. Knowing she started out dating me out of pity is hard to shake. At the same time, we've built an incredible relationship that's better than I ever dreamed. She's been extra sweet and attentive since the incident, and I know she truly loves me. So, I need a reality check. On one hand, I'm living the dream, about to marry my longtime crush, who turned out to be the perfect match. On the other hand, this revelation still stings. How do I move past it without sabotaging the best thing that's ever happened to me? Update 2 days later. So here's what happened after that wild conversation. The next morning, my girlfriend's BFF apologized for what she said. She admitted she got too drunk and blurted out unnecessary things, saying she just wanted to take credit for setting us up as a matchmaker. I told her she didn't need to apologize. If anything, I'm thankful because, without her, that first date might never have happened. After she left, I sat down with my girlfriend to share how I felt and asked her why she'd been hesitant to go out with me back then. She held my hands and explained that it had felt a little awkward for her at the time. She'd known about my crush for years, and since I was younger and in a grade below her, it added to the weirdness. Apparently, her friends from back home used to tease her about me, and almost all of our mutual friends knew about my feelings. When I finally asked her out, she felt like I was way more into her than she was into me, even before the first date. She also thought I had her on a pedestal and was worried I'd be disappointed when reality didn't match my fantasy. And yes, she admitted she thought I was kind of a weirdo back then, lol. But after her BFF vouched for me, she decided to give me a chance and planned to let me down easy after a couple of dates. I asked what changed after that first date, and she said, "Well, you didn't give off any weird vibes. Sure, you were nervous and really happy, but nothing creepy. You were just a guy with a crush, and someone I had insane chemistry with right from the start. Now, 3 years later, I think I have a bigger crush on you than you ever had on me." Hearing that made my heart melt. To celebrate, we went to the same restaurant where we had our first date. We even tried to order the same dishes, but one had been discontinued, so we decided to try something entirely new, and it was perfect.